Let's hope it works this time. Let's hope it works this time. Make sure. We'll see if anyone checks in now. Kind of a bummer. Kind of screwed the pooch on this one, Devil Dogs. There we go. All right, dude. I don't know what happened, man. Got sound now. Hell yeah, boys. Let's roll in now. Oh my God. Look at this Thunderdome of a scenery I got going on. I haven't seen this in a good minute. It's like Armageddon. What's up, boys? Good mooning, boys. Good mooning. Double tap and like and sub. Thank you, Bullseye Ben. I appreciate that. Dude, yeah, your car wreck was pretty wild, man. Pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild stuff, man. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing good, man. That kind of freaked me out. Vegas, bro. Vegas, you know, you go to Vegas, you come back, and it's different. It's just life hits you different after Vegas, man. Ben crashes his car, goes on a rampage. Oh, you should have come partied with us in Vegas, dude. I wanted to, man, but I kept promising. My nephew just wants to work out with me all the time now, so I can't let him down, dude. I can't let him down, you know. This is one of those promises you make to your nephews, you know, and you don't want to. He wants to work out and train and like lift weights and stuff and like work on his feet work, and now I made a bet with him to cut my hair. So if he cut his hair, I would cut my hair, and now he wants to like you know, work on math and stuff. So you know, while this kid was in the mood to get help, you know, I stayed with him to help him with football and baseball, and then, you know, me or my other side of the family will help him with like math homework and stuff. So it was one. I couldn't leave him, man. I couldn't. Vegas, man. I haven't been there in a little while. I want to move to Vegas, dude. It's a good investment. A lot of people from California have been moving out there and stuff. Yeah, dude, Vegas is cool, man. They really did it up over the last, like, you know, 15, 20 years too. My man. Yeah, man. We'll see how everything works out. We'll see how everything. I got a big road trip coming up. Gotta go to just fucking baseball, man. My nephew's in their travel ball now in baseball, so taking the RV out to Phoenix. I'll be spending a couple days out there, so it'll be a good little road trip. How's everyone doing, man? Come on down. It was a cluster, so many people. Yeah. How was the crowd out in Vegas, man? Crowd was good, not too bad. Still people out there. good in the home front, man. Has any or have we moved on? Is someone is our good old our OGL doing something else now? What is our president up to these days? Still, every once in a while, boys, you get on these big old highways out here in California, it seems less traffic, but still a lot. And I think due to the illegals and stuff, I still believe that. Because we haven't hit too much traffic, and there should always be traffic on this freeway, especially on a Wednesday morning, you know what I'm saying? They also had the AVN awards going on and a cheerleading competition. Maybe it was a good thing I stayed home, huh? Maybe it was a good thing I stayed home. Yeah, I couldn't get out of there, man. I promised my nephew I would help him train and work out and stuff. And, like he was, we were worried about this little booger. He was, I don't care. He was, the terrible, threes, but he was like 6 and 7. I don't care. Math is stupid. I know how to throw a football. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. And he finally realized he doesn't know how to do anything. He just thinks he knows. So we took advantage of his weakness, and he wanted a lot of help. So it's a good thing. We're super proud of him because the kid was. He was gonna worry all of us. He was gonna be the ugly duckling of the family, but no, he stepped up, wants to train, wants to tutor, wants to do math, so it's great. Hey, bro, I put my toes in those the Epstein files, bro. Why does it? Dude, why does it seem like this guy's been around like this is insane, dude? Like who that Jeffrey guy, I swear to God, the guy's probably was the mastermind behind 9/11. And dude, this guy had it's like an overload, man. It's an overload. No matter what anybody says on it, no matter what fingers are pointed to who, it could always come back around, and I get that person that's pointing the finger, I guarantee you would be in the Epstein files, dude. I heard some of the videos are fucking wild, dude. You can actually watch the videos and stuff, dude. I cannot. Dude, why does it seem like everyone is doing that? What kind of fucking world? What the fuck is going on, dude? Good morning, kids. Long beards. Super 5, brother. What's going down? All his activities leaked back to Israel. Oh, yeah, that too. What's up, Sander? That was a big one. We all kind of knew that, but it cemented it hard in stone. And, dude, like the guy was talking... was gonna set up a meeting with Zelensky in 2014, the day of the Russian invasion of Crimea. These guys, how do you let that, if I sat in a room with that guy, right, and I heard that, I find, you can finally hear that dude speak, baby back Benny. I just spent the last week in the hospital. Whoa, Gold. What's up, Bobo? Bobo, what's up, Bobo? Last week? Oh, wait. For your baby boy? Your baby boy? It's a boy. You're all right? You're all right? What's going down? So yeah, a lot of that dude was hooked up through Israel. It was weird. Not too weird if you think about it. We kind of had a big idea that the old Epstein guy was an Israel dude. Bill Gates is royalty effed, but dude, like, no one's gonna go to jail, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, there's. How do you not? I don't know. There's got. I mean, if the FBI combed through all this crap, how does there not like pictures and like I don't know, dude. But no one will go to jail. This will be like this is like the ultimate smear tool for politicians. You know, it's if your name's ever associated with any of that, you can never probably run for a political office and shit. But going to jail or prison, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I don't know I didn't like there are some weird videos, dude. Some weird stuff. Like, this guy was involved in everything. Like, any. Oh, yeah, like, this dude would sit like that. I watched one video of him talking, to Bannon, Steve Bannon. And, like, you couldn't have, like, this guy, you couldn't really have a conversation with this dude because he's kind of like a schmuck, you know? It's so strange, dude. It's so strange, confusing. I spent the last week in the hospital. How you doing, Gold? What, did Ben hit you with this truck? Is that who he hit? That was a little pick me up. Baby back Benny. Benny Johnson. That guy's a good one, man. He dives deep. I don't know where he gets all like. I don't know, man. I can't even wrap my head around those files, dude. Those are. I don't even know where to begin. Like, if that Maxwell girl is, aren't they? I don't know, man. I can't even my head is like going in circles over it because it seems like there was plenty of evidence and loads of. It's like Pizzagate is true. Did I hear that right too? Is that true too? Like every conspiracy is basically true. Like everything. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy had some of his goons do the moon landing. Like, dude, it's just incredible. I don't get it. I don't get why anyone would ever talk to that guy. Elon Musk told them to F off, which was pretty funny. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Especially back, I can see, I don't know, man, like, why do people like to email? I don't understand the whole concept of emailing people and having these long conversations with other dudes on a computer. It's so gay. I never understood. I never email anybody, dude. I don't know why people do that. Like having these weird, like, why would you email people a bunch of weird shit like that? There's no way. Like, people like our age, we grew up online, man. Like, we know once you start typing and sending stuff across the intranet on the line, you know, I'm seeing older guys that weren't with me in the internet, like, I went to public school with beepers and cell phones and then social media. So I found out very quick that if you start typing stuff to one person to another, like your girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or whoever, they're all gonna see it. Everyone's gonna see it. I've been caught 1,000 times trying to text or MySpace another girl with, as I'm trying to talk to another girl. So I fell for the dumb trap that everything's saved online. I apply that same concept to older gentlemen in the early 2010s emailing each other about the dumbest stuff. I can only imagine the things that if you would be able to pull up my MySpace, the crap that when I'm 57 talking about little people. That's weird, man. That's people that don't understand what they're doing. They're so comfortable typing to each other that it would never be, dude, no one else would look at it. That's like filming yourself like in the Holocaust. It's like, oh yeah, thumbs up, guys, we're gonna do this thing. That's what they were filming. They were like proud of it. They could speak openly about it and no one would care. And yet no one's arrested, man. No one will ever be arrested. It'll never go down that way. I don't know why. The videos are there's so much crap. And I think they're gonna release more because I think the 3 million pages were the deadline. The Trump administration. And I think, dude, I don't know, man. It's getting wild, bro. But no one will go to jail. There'll be no court date. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like Prince Andrew's all over that disgusting crap, dude. Like there was like torture, bro. There was like torture. Like, I don't know. Oh, I keep reading that. What's up, Gold? I keep reading the same one. What do you do with these fools? What do you do with these fools? How do you I don't know. It's nasty stuff, man. Freaks and geeks, dude. Freaks and geeks. And it seems like everyone's involved. Seemed like this guy talked to everybody whenever he wanted to. Super weird. Super weird. Hey, did you hear about that one news anchor lady that got kidnapped? That's also very strange because usually that doesn't just happen. People just don't get kidnapped, strained by strangers, and then have ransom notes. I think it was kind of an inside job. Usually you don't kidnap a 90-year-old woman on her deathbed and ask for a ransom note unless you're a moron and or a family member. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Oh, shoot, man. No wonder I kept reading the same damn... I didn't... Dude, I'm an idiot, dude. I'm so stupid. Sorry, boys. I didn't move the scroll or whatever. I was stuck on the same comments. I swear to God, I thought it was frozen. Mentally, I'm doing good. All right. Physically, I'm getting better. Still a little weak, but doing much better. Good. His chat must be frozen. Marissa, yeah, I just, sometimes I don't think good. My brain doesn't work functionally. What's up, Rich? How you doing, brother? Sorry to hear that, Gold. Lost the baby. Oh, no. Oh, man. What's up, T-Wiz? Simplify, brother. Sorry about that, Gold. Sorry about we lost a good patriot. Cheers. That's a bummer, man. That's a bummer. Stay strong up here mentally. You'll be good, Gold. I'm sorry about that, man. That's a bummer. Smoking a fat biscuit on the way to work. Good morning, fellas and ladies. My man. My man. That's where I'm going right meow, son. Right meow. Gotta get me one. Gotta get me one, Paul. My man. Yeah, my chat was, I don't know. I didn't move it up and down. Silly me. All right, man. All right. Yeah, we'll see how everything goes with the old Epstein files and this guy. Dude, I don't see, our prostitute friends aren't around as much anymore. I swear, things are changing out here. Maybe for the good, maybe for the worst. I don't know. I don't know. Feels good to be up. Feels good to be up. Let's get the sunrise. Well. Look what the illegal immigration Fent addicted cat dragged in. Fent. Gotta love the Fent. Well. Look what the drug addicted. Oh my God. Simplify, Marissa. I was touched by Jesus in a Mexican prison. Oh, Jesus loves touching little boys in Mexican prisons. Jesus. A lot of Jesuses out there. Oh yeah, did you see the ICE officers who shot that guy? Their names were Jesus and Gutierrez or something like that. No, you can't make that shit up, dude. You can't make that shit up. The two officers that are, under a little the shooting investigation, which is normal. Their last names were Jesus or Jesus or Gutierrez, I think. Unreal. I've had blue balls since NAM. Oh man, too cold for them. They could get frostbite on those lips. I'll reach out and touch you. Can't make that up, man. Can't make that stuff up. Those guys were probably, second generation or third generation like me, or shit, they could have been first. Or just got, and they got hired and they're bilingual. They got a good background. They want to serve their country and ICE, dude, and they get hired. And now they're on trial for shooting. For shooting a guy for stopping illegal. I just can't make it up, man. It's like a smorgasbord, It's the greatest. It's the greatest, man. Watching, I watch the news almost every night because it's just so damn entertaining, man. You can't stop watching it, especially when when you agree to everything that's happening. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. Like that whole Jeffrey Epstein. I can't stop like thinking about it because it's so massive and it's so deep that you like no. I don't know. Like I think like it just tires everyone out with conspiracy theories now. You know. Like no matter what anybody says now, it's like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I think those were in the files, or like I think everyone's like very aware of like probably real. Except for the moon landing. That's the only one I believe in. I don't understand why people don't think we went to the moon. Of course we went to the moon. Yeah, I think you can see. I think they planted like 13 flags up on that bitch. Like you can still see the flags and the rovers and stuff from our wonderful satellites or something. Our wonderful satellites. But everything else, man, I just like the whole Israel thing. Like politicians are probably sucking a bunch of weirdos, ding dongs out in Israel. Well, that's weird. I did like. Epstein probably was involved in 9/11, probably knows about aliens, you know. Hey, I was just here. It's a good bar. Good bar. That's a homeless guy. He's a very good looking or like looks newly homeless. Who was the camera on for the moon landing, bro? Oh wait. Who was the camera? Wait, am I reading that right? Hold on. What's up, brother? Mr. Good Citizen. Dude, long time, man. Simplified. T-Wiz. Who was the camera for the moon landing on? That... Like, they brought a quad up there, dude. Like they brought a doom buggy. You see that picture of the doom buggy like driving through? Like I thought that was weird. You know, it's. I do believe we went to the moon and landed. I think the moon landing is so unreal that people like our age that didn't see it, or it's almost impossible to comprehend, dude. It's like one of those things we got to do it again to believe it. Like you got to send those SpaceX things with 4K cameras, and I want to see a dude walk up to the American flag and yank that fucker out of the moon. Or I want to see those rovers. I think they left a plaque up there. They didn't take anything home. They left all the instruments up there. I want to see those mother effers. Because it's other than that, it's just a conspiracy. It's a good story. Oh yeah, we went to the moon in the 70s or 69. It's like, you fuckers didn't even have black and white TV, and you're telling me you can communicate with someone on the moon when like telephone lines, like cell phones weren't even invented, like satellite phones. There was no such thing as a satellite phone. So how did you communicate with someone, 4 days away from you across the vast distance of space, and he called the president of the United States? Really? You called Nixon, whoever the fuck was on the phone? Really? I don't think so. I think we went there, but it was more of like in stages where where they you know, as you know, think about like if you're filming something, you know, you'll break it up, you know, you'll trim it, make it look more presentable to an audience. You know, they made whatever they were filming, they made it into like a movie. You know, we landed, the astronauts got out, they talked to the president over the phone, and everyone heard it. Like, what? Like they announced it on, like, I don't think we can do that now. And you can't say it's lost technology. That's such horseshit. Like, yeah. I think the way the story was told was wrong. We had the tech in the 1960s, but can't do it in the present day because we lost tech. Yeah, right. Yes, yeah. I think it was staged scene. They erased 90% of the moon landing film. Yeah, you know, I want to be an astronaut, but I have a female. Yeah, I kind of agree. It's one of the, I think we got there, but then I think like they made it. You know, they presented it to the American citizens as a very nice. We got there, no problem. We landed, no problem. We did. You know, it's like, well, you can't. Then we did it like 13 times. I don't know, man. It's a weird one. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the United States government, NASA, they need to go up there now. And they need to broadcast it all over the world. They need to show that we were there, or it's just a fairy tale story, you know. And then you get people like us, who are, it's like, I don't know, man. You gotta prove it to me, or you know, I'm not gonna just believe it because someone told me, or I read it in a book. I gotta see that. You guys went up there with no internet, you know. You guys went up there with pens and paper, basically. Like they were writing shit down in space. Like, okay, all right, you know. National security money makes anything possible. That's true. That's very true. No, I believe we went there. I believe the dudes landed. But I think they jumbled it all up to make it, you know, I think like the pre-recorded, like I think, you know, Neil Armstrong's speech was pre-recorded. You know, I don't think he got there and came up with this fucking brilliant, you know, one-of-a-kind line that could ring through, you know, one small step for man, one giant for mankind. I think like that. I think the phone call was pre-recorded to the president. That's politics. That to me is all politics. And once politicians get involved, they'll make it sound better and have, you know, fucking a film guy come in and say, we got to make this look good. So anything that had a politician involved of talking to the astronaut, I think that was all bullcrap. No, I think they landed there. I think they got photos and did what they had and left. But the whole like phone call to the cameras to the filming, I think a lot of that was a little doctored up. Like, oh yeah, we got there, they got out, and they got a golf club, and it's like, you guys brought a fucking golf club to the moon? Really? You brought a golf club to the moon? That's like me bringing a golf club to Iraq. Like, you think someone packed a golf club in their limited space? Like, what, they sneak it in the aircraft? You can't even bring a golf club on a plane and they would fucking probably freak. And you're telling me someone brought a golf club on and they started swinging a golf? Really? You know, it's just, that stuff is just kind of weird to me. You know, we had golf clubs in Afghanistan. What's up, battle? Yeah, I got, you know, when you bring a foul, you know, but the astronauts, I get, like, I can see them bringing one. Like, I would bring one too if I was allowed, but I don't know, man. You know, it's just, there's the moon right there. I don't know if you guys, I heard this was kind of a, if you live in another state, can you see the moon during the day if you live in another state? Like, in here in California, you can always see the moon. Always. It's right there. It's big and bright, and it's right. You can see it all day, and then at night, it turns into a big old light. It's huge. Oh, dude, the moon gets so big out here. The moon gets so big out here, dude. And when it's high tide or a low tide, when it's a full moon and low tide and you go to the beach, dude, the ocean is so far back. It's so gone. Oh, look at this. Are they building like they're redoing this. This is nice. They redid this whole street. What's going on here, boys? Where am I? What is this? Why is this looking nice? What? You know there is 20-minute signal delay from Earth to Mars. How do they have a phone that has signal so fast? Dude, MT, dude, like they had perfect connection in the 70s with cell phone signal. That's why I think that was staged. Oh, like the guy calling from the moon. No fucking way. That's why, dude, like once it gets political and politicians got involved in the storytelling of the moon landing, it's 50-50 to me. We gotta send fools up there, man. We gotta do it now. In 2000, I went to Cape Canaveral, Florida. Oh, nice. And watched a rocket go up. They don't go up, and it looks like it just curves back down and lands in the ocean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's that weird. They take that weird, they go like almost back. They'll launch and start shooting backwards. Yeah, it's a weird one. Even kind of SpaceX does that. Well, even, oh my God, I got something in my eye. Even like out here in California, they launch from Hawthorne. They'll launch the SpaceX rockets, and every once in a while, yeah, you gotta. I kind of also looked. So when the Earth turns, you want to go almost the opposite direction of the Earth rotating, so it slings you out faster. You know. You don't want to go with the rotation of the Earth because you'll just kind of hug the atmosphere. That's why they kind of fly out backwards or upside down, because as they're rotating, they'll go out the ass that way. I guess. Yeah. From the YouTube videos I've watched. What's up, Kate McDougall? Hey, man. We all shart sometimes, brother. We all shart sometimes. Please take. We got our problems here on Earth first. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of problems on Earth. Doesn't mean we can't go, like, you know, go across the 7 seas and go find the new land. You know, America, you gotta, you know, we can't help everybody. As a matter of fact, America is like closing up shop. We are absolutely. I remember growing up, Gold, I think Ben, you know, people that kind of joined the military around my time. We were like called the world police at one time. We were called the world police, and like I remember growing up thinking we gotta stop this. Like, why are we everywhere? And now I think we're finally like closing up shop. No more world policing. if you don't help us, we're probably not going to help you at all. That's what I think is happening, man. Yeah, we can solve a million problems on Earth, but we should still always go to space. Always. I don't care if there's a famine in Africa and it's like give up NASA or go help people in Africa. I'd be like, it's a lost cause. Africa will always be Africa. Let's let them. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Or, anywhere else. I don't really care. It could be East Los Angeles. I'd be like, yeah, let Los Angeles go. We got to go to the moon. Mars, bitches. Red Rocks. Yay, yay. That's why we have Bill Gates. That's right, baby. Dude, can you imagine being married to that sick bastard and finding out he was trying to... First of all, he probably gave you, like, herpes, and then he was trying to cover it up by giving you antibiotics or whatever. Earth is not big enough for all of us. Earth isn't big enough. The entire population of Earth can fit into Texas with room to spare. Oh, yeah, the Earth is huge. The Earth is so huge. The Earth is so huge. I know the Earth is so huge, and that, like, everyone, yeah, dude. Those are people that I don't think have traveled at all. I don't think they even live in the United States. Texas. I've been to Texas like twice, and I've only stayed there not that much. Now, dude, I had to drive to the airport from Texas during I had a work conference out there, man. And I remember driving in the plains of Texas. It just goes on for miles. And it's so flat. Boom, and it's a straight shot. Dude, there's so much room. The Earth is huge. Arizona and most of California, everyone lives by the beach in California. You don't live anywhere else. If people started wanting to live anywhere else, California is massive. People live next to each other, We don't. Yeah, that's silly. I'm sure, dude. Like when I was driving through Montana, you look out there and that's why we have the Second Amendment, dude. Because when you travel on these roads, ain't nobody's coming to get you. Ain't nobody's helping you. You break down, run out of gas, have some weird trouble out in the middle of nowhere like that. Oof. You better stick out that thumb, start hitchhiking. What's that movie? Man, with Paul Walker. Joyride? Hello, Candy Cane? And he pretends to be a chick and he gets chased down by the truck driver. Anyways. Huge, but you have homeless people everywhere. No, they're not called homeless. Homeless means they deserve a home. They're more bums. If people want to live outside in the weather, and that's up to them, man. If that sounds like a personal problem and a choice. Homeless means you deserve to buy a home, or if you worked hard and saved your money and maybe met a lovely lady or a nice man to split the bills of a home. Because homes are expensive, the upkeep, not everyone deserves a home. I don't know why a bunch of people decided one day that everyone deserves a home. No. You got to work for your home. Home's a hard thing to own and maintain, and most homes are for families. So if you're a drug addict sleeping outside, I think that's where you should belong. Not in a home How can you be in a home? Because you would just be in the home doing drugs. And drug addicts don't like being at home. They like being outside. Hence why they're outside always doing drugs and being bums. Not homeless. Homeless is, someone in between buying a home. Like they sold their home, now they're homeless, and now they're looking for a new home. Not homeless, not bums. Bums for a reason. They like living outside. Why do you think they keep living outside? What? It's a choice. People have choices, man. People got choices. Talking groceries, fresh produce, not clothes and wants. Not all of us are just consumers. Some of us try to live net less. Yep, that's true. Texas is nice, but it's just got to drive to city for your stuff, and a mistake in the drive is usually 30 minutes. Yeah, man, I mean, stay within your means, don't go outside your means. And I live in California, man. It's a dog-eat-dog world out here. If you're not up to speed, if you're not moving and grooving out here, you're going to be sinking. You're going to be sinking out here. Everything's too expensive, too nice. Got some bad areas, but the majority, it's just, you got to keep working. Homeless. We'll go see a bunch of bums right now. The city I'm going to. They just walk around, they smell like dookie. But, they're like bums remind me of like security cameras, But realistic, with all the land you offered, why not grow some? But then there's the meat, how far you're willing to go for good butcher, and how long will that last? Good butcher. Please take me home. Oh man, that's scary. The butcher, I go hunting at a little place called Stater Bros, or Food for Less. Dude, if California ever got cut off, if Southern, I would say, there's a homeless lady with the shopping cart she stole. If California got cut off from the rest of the United States, everyone would die here. Everyone would die here. Or people from California would start invading, other places so we can steal your food. Matt, will you campaign for the Newsom? Oh, will you campaign for it? I get strips of chicken and 15. Oh, nice. Dude, you want me to run against Newsom? 2028? Dude, or do you want me to be his VP? Dude, I wouldn't be able to be in the same room as that guy, because I would just start making fun of him. Like the way he sits, like his legs go like that. Like I would start like crossing my legs all big league and shit, like, and then I would start doing his hand. I would start mimicking him, because he's, dude, it's like I would start mimicking his actions, so I can like I would do it all the time too. I would do it all the time. The minute he starts going on his weird tangents, I would do it all the time. Or I would take like really dumb clips of him Shit, man. Someone asked him a question not that long ago in APAC or something, and he goes, "Oh, that's interesting. I would start doing that. Oh, that's interesting." He's a guy you mimic, dude. You don't really take serious because he doesn't say anything serious. And if someone's talking to you and gesturing with hand movement all the time, he's trying to tell you a story. He doesn't know what he's saying, so he's trying to buy time explaining to you, we got to come here and then bring it back down. And then he's trying to think what to say next. His hand gestures give him a pause to think. It's a storytelling. He's good at storytelling. If you're in the Marine Corps, I know he's telling a story. Because if you start moving your hands in the Marine Corps, we'll fucking cut them off you. You start talking with your hands, it's a big no-no. Your hands should be by your side or on your weapon, not telling me a story. I can listen to you. I don't need to see you tell this story with your hands. It's a story. He wants visuals, so it's easier for him easier for you to see, and he doesn't have to explain it because he's doing hand gestures. And you should, and self-consciously, you know that. So you stop asking questions. Dude, I hate that guy. Like, I can't imagine a bigger sleazeball. He's the typical sleazeball politician, dude. Like, you can't. And he's gonna win. I guarantee he's gonna win. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. He'll somehow beat JD Vance or whoever runs in 2028. I effing guarantee it, dude. Thank goodness Governor is on his way out. He did his last Oklahoma State of address. Oh, wow. Oh, good. But he wants to redo the marijuana vote on the way. Fuck him. Yeah, fuck that. You want in Oklahoma? Tell the guy to suck it, dude. That's someone, man, that's just, I don't know, like, the people that go after, like, marijuana and stuff, I don't get that, man. I really don't. Dude, I'm a perfect example. I think a lot of people in the military are perfect examples of how beneficial it is, dude. I mean, they would rather give you oxycodone or oxycontin, for pain, so you can then fucking, dude. What a dirtbag. And it's good businesses, man. It's a great business. I know how many people have jobs because of selling weed at those you go to the dispensaries. Those people there aren't working a 9 to 5 at inside of an office. They like to sell weed and kind of dress funny and do weird stuff. They're not your typical. I'm gonna walk into HR office and, dude, and the property that they have to buy and the storage and it's one hell of a business opportunity, that's for sure. He wants to restrict marijuana and liberal. Oh my goodness. Is there any better position from which to ensure Newsom fails than his campaign? No, man. I'm telling you, dude. I thought Newsom would lose his recall. He didn't even bat an eye. I think he's tried to been recalled like 2 or 3 times. Didn't even affect him. Didn't even bat it. He wasn't even worried, dude. Half of Pasadena burns down. Doesn't really affect him. Nothing really happens. No one. Doesn't matter. We're in debt, or I think our budget deficit is negative. Doesn't matter. He tried to build a high-speed railroad for the last 20 years that hasn't built. Doesn't matter. Couldn't do it. Doesn't matter. You know, what else do we need to do to show people that he's a scumbag? We done it. You know, it's not. There's not much more we could do. There's more of them than there are of me. You know, more of them. Vote for him. You know, people like us are a rare breed in this America. Sad, right? It's pretty sad when you think about it. I'm not saying I'm giving up. I'll always vote against every weirdness out here, but I know every time I go vote, it doesn't, like, it. We get outgunned and outvoted by millions of people, dude. Millions. To a point where I do think there's election fraud in California, 100%. Because no matter what, I just feel like we'll lose every year. It doesn't matter. It's like, oh, well, we got kind of close, but it's always hopeless, you know. I don't know, Marissa. I don't think. You know, just my personal opinion. I think there's a bunch of election fraud, and there's more of them than us, or it seems that way. And Newsom and the Democratic Party can set heaven on fire and say, "Oh shit, like my bad," and everyone would forgive them. It's the way it is out here, dude. He burnt down an entire, like, the governor was not prepared, did not prepare anybody for fires in Pasadena at all. And no one cared, dude. No one gave a shit. No one gives a shit, you know. Incredibly sad. Incredibly sad. But what are you gonna do, you know? We've tried. We tried to react, dude. I had my hopes up like 8 years ago. Maybe it's like, I'm not 8. I don't know. 2019, maybe 6 years ago, when the recall of Gavin Newsom was kicking off, but it's not gonna happen, man. It's what's up, Heather Honey, Semper Fi, Heather Honey. What's going down? What's going down? Welcome to the Devil's Compound. Come on down. Grab a cold one. Kick your feet up. Sun's out, guns out. Have I been here before? I think I have. The people voted 8 years ago and put medical in place. I think it's, excuse me, it's overreach for him to come back, do another vote, to make it fail, yeah. Oh shit! Sprinkler! Who hit the sprinkler? What dumb fuck hit the sprinkler? You stupid fuck. People are so stupid, dude. How'd you hit a sprinkler? I don't even know what car did. I think that tow truck hit it like a fucking moron. Or this dumb bitch. Dude, yeah. I've never seen that in so long. What an idiot. Guys are on the sidewalk. Yeah. What an idiot, dude. Let me turn around. Right here. Jesus. All right, well. Let me see something real quick, Devil Dogs. I'm not giving my card up. And if they repeal, I'll just continue growing my own. Government needs to stay out of my house, my bank, and my medical cabinet. Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's the thing. Like, for marijuana, they don't see that as medical. They see that as like parents complaining, and they grew up in that day and age. It's a weird, and they don't do it, you know. But I guarantee those people that complain about Mary Jane, they probably drink heavily, dude. I guarantee it. I guarantee it, dude. You know. Hold on. Give me a sec, boys. His time is almost up. I hope so. I hope so. And liberalize it, yeah. Many times they came after me about my smoking, and I hammered them about their alcohol use. Yeah, that's what I mean, Jason. I guarantee, like, dude, everyone, dude. We all known people that have gone way past the acceptable amount of drinking. I have done it. Everyone's done it. We know people that have gotten DUIs, car accidents, fucking death, you know, liver disease, kidney failure, and yet they try to ban I don't know anyone that's gotten anything from marijuana. I swear to God. I used to arrest people all the time for DUIs or drug possession or this and that. Never marijuana, never marijuana. If they had marijuana, we just threw it away because it was like, oh, we're not, the paper is worth more than whatever marijuana you have. I'm not a drinker. I can smell it a mile away. Yeah, if you're not a oh yeah, here comes the fire truck gonna put out the geyser. Now the fire truck has to come out here. Anti-APAC, and I'm about sick of but the hydrant had a ground plug and was not usable. No spout water. Oh yeah, we'll drive down there right now because this place ain't open. Let's go check out the hydrant. One more again. See if it's still up. Figure out who hit the damn thing. Let's see, one more again. Sorry, the sun is super blinding. Woo, doggy dog. Look at them boys. Look at them. Dude, imagine waking up and just like, oh yeah, someone hit the stupid fire hydrant. I'm surprised there's, well, no, we're not, this is not Los Angeles. So there's water in the hydrants, but if this was Los Angeles, who knows? Yikes. I'm unsubscribed to one of you. Really? I'm subscribed to one of you. Oh, Ben. Yeah. You're subscribed to Ben. Yeah, Ben's a good man. totaled his truck. You got to see this truck video. His truck's gone, dude. It was a nice truck too. Beautiful truck. Beautiful truck. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get. Yeah, if that was LA, man, that there would have been no water in there. Would have been no water. Would have been no water. I know what Sheriff Blanco's running for governor in California. I don't know if that guy's gonna win. You know. How was that? That was loud. That was loud. More of a silence killer. I guess it makes sense that a guy with the gun channel has the name Bullseye. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you live in Oklahoma? Or even my buddy that lives in New Hampshire. Like, people that love guns need to be out in the open, you know. And my buddy in New Hampshire loves his guns. They go out in the gun and just shoot all day. I love them too, but I get lazy, man. I get lazy. And now as I get older, I just don't want to be around things that can endanger me, you know. I just feel like chilling, you know, turning into more of a hippie than anything. Not see a cop can win, and oh yeah, I can't see the defunding the police, we hate ICE. It's all the same, dude. It's all the same. It's this. So when you work, okay, here's how it kind of works, dude. When you're working for law enforcement or inside of a jail or anything like that, you end up realizing that the people that commit crimes and do these protests are the same people over and over. They'll raise the same person that does the same thing over and over and over. Same with like the defunding the police. It's the same people. The people that hate ICE are the same people that defunded the police. The same people that wear the pussy hats. It's always the same people over and over. Even like my buddy works in state prison in California, man, which is not federal. Federal's a big deal, but you don't want to really. You go to state of California, the state of California goes after you, you're effed. And these state prisoners, he sees the same people over. Every once in a while, you get a new guy in there or a new face, but it's the same people all the time, man. Over and over. Now, what I hope is happening is like that one dude, you know, the nurse guy that got shot in the face. You know, you start arresting these guys for real, and all of a sudden the crime will go down because the same people commit the crime over and over and over. It's the same people. Same people. I got quite a few issues with how police are doing things these days, to be honest. But my complaints have nothing to do with race. Cops don't know. Press came out with on the 3%. Yeah, I mean, there'll be always issues with law enforcement. That's the beauty of it. We have the ability to self-correct law enforcement, you know. And most cops are probably 25 or 30, maybe a little older. You know, a lot of learning, man. I mean, every time you're on the job and you get a call, it's a learning experience. You know, you never repeat the same calls twice. You never have the same, you know, outcome twice. Yeah, there'll always be problems with law enforcement and correcting it and making it better. There'll always be problems with ICE and federal agents. I almost always want to see like someone kind of pushing against, the law enforcement and ICE. I do. I don't mind it because it makes it better. A little self-correcting, a little looking internally will make your organization better. More training, more scenarios to rethink and re-engage the training. The one thing you never want to have is perfect, body of people that do no wrong. You always want a little pushback from the civilian population. I'm okay with that. The one thing would be scary if you never saw pushback from civilian population. That means we live in a top-down society. That wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. You go to Russia, they ain't pushing back against law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? So you almost want to see just a little bit. You always want to see your enemy, so they can tell you, because your enemy, like the left, they tell you what they're going to do. They say it out loud so we can stop them from doing it, That's what's happening in my head. They're now arresting people for suspicion of driving under influence of marijuana. Tennessee has a huge issue with sober arrests. Yeah, mods, please. What's up, Baden? What's up, Baden? Yeah, I think I can't believe her name just slipped my mind. Yeah, she lives in Tennessee. I think she said there's some problem with that too. Yeah. Oh man, if they smelled on you, they're probably gonna take you. And here's the problem with marijuana DUIs. It's just a suspicion. They can never, they can draw your blood, but if they draw your blood and test it and you smoked 8 hours ago, you're still gonna pop on your blood test, right? There's no, and if law enforcement are cracking down on marijuana and all this weird stuff, it's because someone in a budget meeting is saying shit we're not reaching as much taxpayer money and ticket revenue than a couple years ago or last year. Why is the case? I don't know. Well, they'll start opening the books with more cases. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah. If they did that in California, everyone would be arrested. Everyone in California. If you just pulled over and they let you pull you over 10 random people on the night, I think everyone would be kind of high or drunk. Don't come into the stream barking orders. That's right. See how that what'd you do? See how that works, Maiden? Bite it back. My man, Jason, my man. See how that works? What is that from? What is that? Dude, oh, that was fun. I just thought of The Rock, where, with not John Travolta, I'm thinking of Face Off, but The Rock with, what's his name? And he's holding up, him and the black guy are facing off near the rocket. You want to see how this shit works? You want to see how this shit works? He has the green balls of goo. That's you want to see how this shit works? Rocket Man, I don't listen to that soft ass shit. Come here, I'm not gonna hurt you. I want my fucking money. I like that guy. Dude, the Marines were badass in that movie. Made me proud, even though they kind of took captives and kind of went against the railing. What's his name? General Wall. Wait, no, that's the FBI. Yeah, that was a good movie, dude. I want my fucking money. This mission's over. Pack your shit up and go home. Who said anything about going home? We became mercenaries, dude. So I can repeat that. Smonko, what? What's up, Castin 1817? I don't understand DWI for being actually intoxicated for weed, with arresting for sober people, showing signs of influence, and you lose your license. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I had, that's a whole, remember, like, the whole weed now, legally weed is new. Cops in cities are trying to adjust how, because I'm sure people drive high all the time. How do you prove it? I don't know. I don't know. You know, that's a thing. It's kind of a weird time in you know, in American, or I mean, really in just human history, where, you know, society allows on a huge scale, you know, people to get to smoke, and, you know, we have cars. How do you, and cops know for sure this dude's stoned. You know, I'm sure people go down for not being drunk. Yeah, people go down for not being drunk and getting DUIs for sure. If they think you're under any influence, they're taking you. And you have to prove later that they're wrong. That's not just with weed, that's with marijuana. If I think you're on pills, you know, you're gone, man. If your eye pupils are acting weird, you're gone. It's the, Marissa, and it becomes more of the risk versus reward. Am I going to probably arrest a sober person for marijuana? For sure. But if I let you go and you hit someone, and I found out, and the city finds out I let you go and you were stoned, you know, that falls back on me and the city. So it's almost, it's like a catch-22, man. You know, there's never a perfect solution. Then you get asshole cops that will just like, and remember, cops like, especially in Tennessee, like, these guys probably have a huge ego, which, you know, as a man, ladies, you guys have egos too. As a man, it's very hard to let go of your ego. Very hard, because that's where it got you successful. That's, you know, my ego got me to go to war. My ego got me to be good at football. My ego got me to do a lot of cool shit. But as you get older, most men have to let go of that ego, or it's going to get you in trouble. You know, so I always see the shades of gray. You know, as much as I don't like the Democratic Party, and I think a lot of them are communists, I'm glad they're there, so we have a basis of how far not to go, or where not to go. If they weren't ever there, you know, people like us would get really confused. But I like to see the enemy, you know. And then, you know, Marissa, this is how I think. I'm not kidding. If I look on, let's just say, Leah, if you're listening, I love you, Mama. But since you live in Tennessee, if she got pulled over and got in trouble for, you know, a DUI for marijuana, or let's just keep it on that, I would look at the ticket and I would ask or see what time she got pulled over. If it's nighttime, let's say you can't be out at night. Sorry. Being out at night's a new thing. Don't be out at night. Ladies, you should not be out at night. You should be out at night. Now, I don't drive at night for the most part. Sometimes you just have to, you know. But I try not to. Because that's when, you know, people turn crazy at night. All the bad shit happens at night. Cops, like 10:30 every night, dude, working at a police department. The minute 10:30 comes on, it's on, dude. There's 911 calls coming in, car accidents. Everyone's running around with chickens with their heads cut off in the department. everyone's overwhelmed because you got 4 or 5 calls on your CAD and your car and the computer. You're trying to put them in order because when 911 called in, they all go to the cops in some sort of order from worst to best. So it's a shit show, man. There's no perfect solution. I would always just tell people minimize your exposure and don't drive at night. How many people do you know that got DUIs during the day? Not a lot. Very hard to get a DUI during the day. Very hard. Very, very hard. At nighttime, that's what everyone's looking for, right? We all know young boys go to bars, everyone's going out seeing their buddies, it's the weekend. You gotta know when shifts are. So if it's around like 10 o'clock, they have a shift, so there's not a lot of cops out on the road. So know when the shifts are of your local police department. Minnesota bowed down. Oh yeah, the police are cooperating with ICE. Nice. I don't ever take weed anywhere. You won't find a crumb in my car or smell. If I get shit from the, it's sealed. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, I never had any issues. Yeah, you always got to remember, man. Like when you go, there's shades of gray. Laws are to be either bent or broken completely. Like the seatbelt law. You can break that law and you can get away with it, right? Going down a highway at 110 miles an hour like that black chick, our great Olympian. I actually like that girl. I'm not gonna make fun of her, but you can't go down 110. So there's laws that can be bent and broken. If you're in a car on a highway, you better follow all the laws because that road ain't yours. That car ain't yours. The car that you drive, unless it's paid off, is probably owned by the bank. The highway that's not yours is owned by the state. And the cops work for the state. They don't really work for you. Especially when you piss them off, Holy moly, it's bright outside. The vast majority of my 2000 sober arrested was looking at were during morning and afternoon commute to and from work. Oh, sober arrests were looked at during the morning and afternoon commute to and from work. No way. So basically, I just got kicked in the nuts. So if they're in the, then that's a problem. That's a big problem. If you're arrested, see, that's a problem. That's what I would get mad at. So I'm kind of now falling on your side because if I was the sergeant or the lieutenant or the captain or anyone that had any say in anything for any reason, I would say, why are you going after people going in, like, these are working hours. Why are you fucking with people that go to work? Like, what's the issue here? What's the issue? Do you think people, do you think this person got up? And if I knew he would, like, you pull someone over, oh, where are you coming from, sir? Oh, my house, just dropped off the kids at school going to work. Cool. So you're telling me there's mothers and fathers waking up, getting dressed to go to work, doing whatever with their children, then getting super baked and driving to work, then getting pulled over in the morning, afternoon, or during lunch hours. If I was a sergeant, I'd be like, hey, guys, stop pulling over moms and dads, for the love of God. During workout, it's weird. Like, that's weird. So that's weird. That's, I can see that's a problem. That's a problem where I think the cops hate your own city. Because out here, dude, out here, I don't know, man. Out here is a little different because my cops aren't around really during the day. They're so busy, especially out here in California. There's so many people. During the day, they catch up on like the reports. Detectives go out and talk to people. Dude, during the day, when I was working for a police department, it was extremely boring. You would always get welfare checks or missing people where you just have to go to someone's house and knock on the door to make sure someone's there, like a babysitter. People would call 911 because they're too fucking lazy to go visit their grandma down the street. So they call and report them missing or dead. So a cop has to go out of his busy day and knock on a door because some family member doesn't really care but knows 911 will call. It's insane, man. I remember I did. Like, how dumb and childish people are sometimes. I remember that's all I thought about. Our conclusion was it's all about money. Yeah, I agree, Marissa, for sure. There's a problem in Tennessee. The budget is not matching how much they're spending. Someone somewhere wants more money to pay for something, or they have to pay something off, nothing new, or they just have to pay their debt. So they probably have they have conversations like that. Like the traffic cops will be like, all right, we need to go here and give, I heard some police departments have like a quota. I never dealt with a quota, ticket quota. But I know they will hey, we've had a lot of accidents on Olympic and Coliseum Drive. Like, fucking make it rain out there today, boys. So they'll pull you over for going over 2 miles an hour faster than speed, shit like that. It's annoying. That's entrapment, and the cops are doing their own agenda. Yeah, that's interesting, man. I know Leah was all over that stuff at one point. That's a department issue, man. That's leadership. If leadership allows that to happen, that's even worse. Because the young guys, that are just given the ticket are just kind of doing their job. They don't really care. I want to go home. It's the leadership telling them over and over to keep doing it. My nose itches like a mofo. Everything is about money. That's right, Gold. You're right. Go ahead, search my car. You won't find shit. Yeah, my car. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you don't need to. And when people think you need a warrant for to search your car, dude, I don't need shit. I don't need shit to search your car. If your car is on a road that they don't need no probable cause. They'll just do it and then give probable cause. Hopefully they F up on the paperwork, but especially if you're being uncooperative, then they have all the. Dude, I never asked to search someone's car. We just do it. I don't give a fuck. What, are you gonna yell at me? Like my buddies always used to tell him. My good friend that passed away, he was a weird cookie, but he would always argue with me. Cops can't go in there. I'm like, you don't think if a cop thinks you have a kilo of the Colombian Bam Bam in your glove box, you don't think he's gonna break that thing open and grab that out? So who do you, all because it's behind some piece of plastic lock, you think they're not going to pop your trunk and go through your, why do you think that? Well, it's against the Constitution. It's against the blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, pulls you over. He basically now is on the clock of finding you, trying to find something on you. And the more reasons you give to him to look through your shit, the easier it is for him, man. I mean, dude, he's I got a lock. He can't find my Mary J or my Colombian. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Of course he's gonna find it. Oh, it's against the. Well, you're still gonna go to jail. You still have to go to court. You're still gonna pay a fine. Then you still got to prove that what the cop did was wrong. So by the time that's over, that's like 7 months from now. And you got to go in and out of jail, back and forth from court. Yeah, I mean, so what if he's wrong? You're fucked anyways, you know? And so what if you're right? The whole point is that your time was wasted, man, for like 7 months to a year. And you probably still have to do time or community service because you're not supposed to have cocaine in your glove box. And the cop will get a slap on the wrist for doing something wrong, whatever that wrong thing is. It doesn't matter. Now you can say don't search my car. That's fine. But if I say, oh shit, I smell Mary Jane, and I'll lie. Dude, like people remember cops don't have to tell the truth, dude. And this is my street. And you're driving a car on my street speeding, and I think you're effed up. Well, I don't give you permission to search your car. So what? Call your lawyer. You know, I don't care. We would search it all the time. You don't need no warrant, or I don't need your permission. If I think you're hiding something in your car, I'm gonna pop it open. It's not your car. I'm pretty sure the bank owns most of it. Like, people, it's weird how, you know, you hear it on, like, YouTube channels, like, you hear it, like, the Ice Bros say, you're doing it, let's just say, you know, how ICE agents go around and you're not following the Constitution, like, so what? Like, they're gonna arrest you, they're gonna process you, it's gonna be a big waste of time for you. Some scratch on your record, and then, you know, if you fight it a year, 2 years from later, then so be it. But, you know, the point is that you got screwed over. You know, there's, I don't know, man. It could. I always say just let like Gold, like if you want to search my car, dude, go for it, brother. Do you have any weapon? Like, or they ask, do you have any weapons in your car? I'm like, bro, there's hammer 1, hammer 2, you know? Of course I got weapons. What are you talking about, dude? Like, a fucking pencil is a weapon in John Wick's world. And in Keanu Reeves' world, John Wick, a pencil is a weapon. You know, you ask the officer to be more specific. Well, a knife or a gun. Oh, dude, you think I carry a gun with me in my car? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? That's all you had to say in the beginning, Mr. Officer, is a gun. No, I don't carry a gun on you. But if you, like, look for a weapon, dude, like, I'll strangle you with my seatbelt. You know, what weapon? Be more specific. Or, like, you know, did you have anything to drink today? Are you fucking out of your mind? Of course I did. Oh, yeah? How many? I don't know, like 8 big glasses of water, dude. I have to piss. Huh? What are you talking about? Anything to drink, dude? Come on, bro. Stop acting like a fool. Talk to me man to man, you know? Where are you coming from? The fucking moon, dude. You know how they ask you, where are you coming from? Where are you going? Where are you coming from? I'm going to the moon, man. I'm going to the moon. You want to join me, or can I keep going? Sir, you were speeding. Oh, fuck. All right, well, you got me there. I'll get the ticket, man. Whatever you need, brother. Whatever you need. Yeah, you can joke like that around them, you know. I don't know, like all the Tennessee issues. I would love to I want to see the body cam, and if the cop fucking doesn't like you, you're gone, dude. Like, dude, you're yapping your mouth at me and saying a bunch of weird, especially if you're liberal, you're gone. I think a lot of cops will arrest a lot of those woke liberal chicks. They're gone. I would arrest them all. I would be fired for discrimination against the woke mind virus or Trump derangement syndrome. I was going to meet up with you at the old glory hole. I'll get out of anything, Mr. Officer. Dude, and some cops fall for that trick too, man. They got all horned up inside and think a little free pussy will solve all their problems or something. That's strange too, man. Like, oh, that car got effed up. I guess, but people are. You couldn't throw. I'd be like, sweetheart, you got to try harder than that. You got to try harder than that. You can't just say you're going to give me your little want and I can just drop all these charges. That's not how it works, madame. You want to save your want for Big Bertha inside prison. She's going to want it. Big Bertha in your want, not me. Have you seen my girlfriend? She's smoking. Yeah, I don't want you. I don't want you. I miss talking to people like that, man. I miss it. I think the lieutenant that hired me at the police department I used to work for, he got this guy got arrested for some weird shit like that, dude. Lieutenant Cranfield. If you get bored, look him up. Lieutenant Cranfield. He was a weirdo. Cops get nervous when you pull a pistol out of their a 2 pistol. Oh yeah, a 9 out your 40 out your concealed carry. What the fuck? Oh, that's go. How many guns you got on you, mama? Shit. Sheesh, girl. But you got your I got your 2 bra pistol. You got your waistband. You got your purse, dude. Yeah. They would be a little nervous. Dude, they would freak out, dude. They would absolutely have a tissy fit out here. I've been asked, what am I scared of? See, that's a naive thing to, like, if a cop ever asked you that, I'd be like, dude, how naive are you? That's what I would ask him back. Like, you're that naive? Do you not have a mom or daughter? Or you dig at his lover or wife, you would tell them to stay strapped. And you can tell, Gold, if that cop is a liberal or a Republican type of thinking. If you start, what are you scared of? Like, you not have a daughter or mother? Or you're that naive? Because you shouldn't be that naive if you're a cop, and why I carry a lot of guns. But you seem real naive, so I think you should go through that experience before I tell you why I carry, my bra gun. My titty gun, dude. That's what I would say. But why are you so salty or experienced? Well, you'll get there. How long you been on the first Devil Dog? A couple years. You look like you can tell by a man's beard if he's young or still has like the peach fuzz, the ball hair on his chin. That's how you do it, ladies. That's how you do it. You don't need to say much. You say, oh, you must not be a father yet. You must you must not have a daughter. They'll get all mad. Oh, well, I am married, I have 3 kids. And what, do you not tell your wife to not stay carried? Well, yeah, I don't have her carry. Well, obviously, like I said, I think you're a little wet behind the ears. That's what one girl told me. She thought I was like I don't know, really young, which I was, super young. She said, you shouldn't be here. And I was like, you can't tell me where I can and can't go, little lady. And then she found out I fought a war for her, and then she bought me a beer. It was all good. She was. What are you afraid of, or don't you trust the police to protect? Oh yeah, that's another one, Marissa. You could say, oh great, just what I want. A stranger coming over to my house with a weapon. Like, I don't know you. Yeah, like, I've been arrested a couple times, and this is what I always tell them. Like, you should call 911, or, you talk to police, you should call 911 next time. Oh, that's what I want. I want a 24-year-old fucking kid hopped up on Red Bull and Viking and coming over with a gun. Have you heard of stranger danger, my friend? You're a stranger to me. I don't know you. And I don't care what costume you have on this year, and what fucking weird tin little thing you have on your chest. I don't know you. I'm not gonna tell you shit. But I love your job, and I appreciate what you do. I'm sorry I spoke very loud, but I think you need to hear that anyways. Because like I said, you seem a little wet behind the ears, where I'm gonna call 3 numbers and some random dude's gonna show up at my house. Like when? A couple minutes from now? 10 minutes from now? Do you have a robbery on the line where you're busy with something else and you'll come later? How many troopers are with you at a certain time? What hours do you work? So I know the best time to call you guys, so you're here right away. No, you can't. I can't rely on you. And then you guys were just defunded. So how many are you left? Like, cops, trust me, man, I did what you did. I didn't want to go help some dipshit stranger anyways. I got it. It's cool. I still respect what you do, man. I love you. Sorry, I got to talk really loud and pretend I'm yelling at you. But this is how I talk. My bad. Yeah, I can't protect you. Dude, I can't even protect myself. Why do you think you can protect me? You know what? Where were you when I joined the military? I needed your protection then. Oh, you weren't there, shocking, right? What's up, Devil Dog? I know. What's up, brother? Simplify, man. Devil Dog. What's going on, brother? I'm having a long conversation with myself. I have long conversations with myself, Marissa. Thank you. Oh, yeah, the 10 gifts. All right. My man. What's up, Marissa? Thank you, girl. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, my... Oh, it keeps going. Does it keep going? Holy moly. I want you, my boy. Thanks, Marissa. Semper Fi, girly girl. Semper Fi. Get out of here. I'm gonna buy some Fent with that, girl. Me and my... I'm gonna be slunched over on the corner, dude. I'm gonna buy some Fent with that, big dog. Oh, there's a popo. There's the popo. What's that, motorcycle cop? Yikes. This week, while on a debate stream, had my life threatened, so I simply gave him my address to explain to yeah. Oh yeah, dude. People, dude. Yeah, just come on over, big dog, whenever you want. Marissa. Woo! 100 bombs like you're in Vietnam, girly girl. Yeah, time. Yeah, just whenever you're ready, big fella, just come on over. All right, I'm here Monday through Sunday. I go to church and I like to go to bars, but anytime you just find me anywhere you want. Let's just get it over with, man. You know. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you again, man. You don't have to keep doing that, man. You already do enough by hanging out and give me that Fent. Give me some of that Fent, girl. You know I'm gonna be buying some good Fent with it. Scent happy poop? What is happy poop? What? Oh, thanks for the what did I just see? I just saw poop. God, why he said oh, his little stinky poop. I saw the little thing come up. Oh, that's so cute. It was like a golden swirl of poo. Ah, isn't that thing so cute though? So gross, but yet so cute. It did it again. I can see it. How does that do? You guys, too much, man, too much, too kind. I love you guys. I love you guys, man. You guys make it go around, you know. I'm gonna buy gold. I'm gonna buy some more Fent with that too. I'm gonna be buying some more Fent. It'll be a good day, man. It'll be a good day. I got training with my nephew. Oh no, I got a baseball game tonight. I got a baseball game tonight. It's gonna be a long day. What's up, Carl? What's up, Carl? Simplify, guys. Simplify, gold. Hook. Marissa, thank you, mama. You know I'm gonna be giving that good to the Fent, man. The Fent dealer off where Itchy and Scratchy live. Oh, just the best. The best. Well, love you guys. Love you guys. Yeah, man. I just. You know, from being in the military in gold, you might be able to like, or I mean, you don't have to be in the military to think, but I always like being in the military, or you know, I always felt like an outsider anyway. So, you don't have to, you know, you could just, you know, growing up, you could have felt like you didn't really belong in the country or in the system. But like I always looked into the United States, like there's government and there's the civilian life, and I'm kind of a third party in the military, so I don't really have any say. So I always look at, you know, the civilians are acting up because of this, but it's good training for the cops. It's like a win-win for both sides, you know. You let the civilian population protest and do, you know, it's a release valve. You got to let pressure out. And remember, look, people are really dumb. So you can't dictate when you know, I can't dictate when to let the pressure valve go. If people want to protest about a federal institution like ICE that's been funded for the last, I don't know, 100 years and just got a budget of like $1 billion or like $1 trillion, like you just gotta let idiots go out and do the thing for a little bit and then shut it down. You know, as best as your ability. This way, the crazies will come out and show you what they're planning. The law enforcement can see the crazies, adapt and overcome and readjust their situation, and it's a good mesh. You know, that's how I always say, man, like the Iraq war, the Afghanistan war, you could say a bunch of shit about it, and it could have been wrong, and we shouldn't have been there. But I'll tell you what, our military learned a lot fighting that war. You know, we learned a lot. We used our gear. We saw what worked. We hit them hard. And now, you know, from, I don't know, 2000, I would say 11 is when like the war started ending. From 2011 to 2026, we reinvented our military. You know, you upgrade, just like the iPhone. You know, you use it, see what works, upgrade it. Use it, see what works, upgrade it. That's how I kind of think of stuff. That's how I kind of think of the stuff, you know? I have a family that depends on me. I'm not going to go out there and protest and risk my life for illegals. To me, that doesn't seem very smart. Dude, not smart at all, Gold. Not smart at all. I don't understand that either, man. I really don't. I really don't know why people do that. I mean, dude, chicks will go out there with their children, and then the children get all effed up because they got pepper sprayed. You know what? What are you doing? What are you? Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like Gold. If you went out there, like, what are you doing, dude? Like you need to be like. Be a mom. This is not being a mom. You're being a single lady. Like you gotta. Yeah. I agree with you, man. Like even a dad. Like what are you doing, man? Like you're not being a father. You're being a protester. That's why all those girls that are dudes are out there are fatherless, dude. I don't know, man. Like you almost. I don't feel bad for them. It's like a case study, man. Like I when I look at these protests, like I study those people. Like they're probably living just an unfulfilled life, you know, an unfulfilled life, and they see the world away, and they project their ideas onto people. Or they'll drag people into the depths with them, man. It's absolutely insane. Like I don't have like who wants to stand out in the cold, you know? Who wants to stand out in the cold? That sucks. Are we taking what's going on here? There we go. Taken. All right, we're good. I ran my daughter up to Bart. She has to work. Nice. Going to work, paying them taxes, contributing, being a good member of society, getting that work experience underneath your belt. And it's just speaking to people, right? A good conversation. I mean, dude, dude, I wonder, man. I don't know, man. Gold, like those people out there that protest. I just, you know, you can't. You know, if you have 100 people in front of you, like 5 of them are probably mentally retarded. Another 5 are really stupid. And like 25 really stupid people that will do whatever at any time. Like, you know, that's how I, and the 75% will be moms, will never leave their house, will watch TV, will do their own thing, and never worry about, you know, it's just those 25 people out of 100, dude, that are just, as a society, you know, we're not the society to put people in, you know, for their weird beliefs. And if they want to go outside in the freezing cold and stand there with signs and throw snowballs at federal officers, good luck, you know, good luck. And like we know, man, a lot of those ICE agents or Border Patrol, well, they're probably our age, probably older, veterans from Desert Storm or the Iraq-Afghanistan wars. Maybe a little older, you know. I did well by my kids. I'm happy for them doing so well. That's good. That's something I don't have the experience. I kind of see that in my nephews. Like I'm my youngest one, man. I'm really proud of him. He like wants to learn more. He's asking for a tutor. He wants to train and get faster and bigger. Now that's a great feeling. Even as an uncle, I'm like I'll be here for you, man. Like whatever you want to do, you let me know. I'll show up and we'll work out. You'll help me get better because I'll have to do the drills with you, and you get better on top. I think that's awesome, man. That's a good feeling. That's got to be a good feeling, man. Honestly, we need to just start voting with our grievance. If you don't like shit, get them out. Yeah. And replace them with people that will do what we ask. Yeah, I think we're leaning toward. I think we're at a weird time. I think in like world history or in USA history. I really do. You know, outside of the United States politically, with not being, you know, the world police. You know, we all know Iran should have been dealt with. Cuba should have been dealt with after the Cold War. I don't know why, you know, fucking we have to deal with a communist thing. You know, Cuba should look like Hawaii. I don't know why it doesn't. Let's take care of it now. Like I'm tired. I don't want to hear about the Iranian Muslim world like knock this out of the park. So our children don't ever have to deal with this shit. Get it over. No more world police. What's next? Greenland's for security. Dude, I heard Alberta and Canada. Is someone Canadian here, man? Like, you guys keep hearing about Alberta and Canada succeeding and like trying to be part of the U.S. I keep hearing that. If you don't vote, that's a vote for the other guy. That's right. That's right. ISIS compromised 70% minority of people still cry. Yep, they are trying. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Yeah, man, like let's get. We got 3 years. Trump needs to get this shit. Oh, I don't want to hear about fucking cartels anymore. Mexico sucks, dude. Like, Cuba sucks. Either we cut them off with the rest of the world and put that country into North Korea-like situation, or they change. Like, we're done. I'm done, and we do it now. I mean. Dude, because Marco Rubio is Cuban and his family's from Cuba or whatever, Colombia and all that. Dude, like, what a great person to put on the case, man. Like, Marco Rubio hates Cuba. Like, it needs to end, man. Iran, all that shit needs to end. And the only two problems we should have going forward, just because there really are, is China and Russia. And China's, I think, slowly being dealt with also. You know? It's like, I hate all the Islamic regime in Iran. It's like, dude, who gives a shit about these? Dude, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Someone give me the piece of paper, I'll sign it, telling everyone, just go, do it. Ice melts in hell. What's up, Corn? Dude, Corn and Limp Bizkit were my jams back in the day, dude. Dude, All in the Family. Follow the Leader was dope. Follow the Leader was dope, dude. Follow the Leader was dope. And then their second one was pretty dope. What was their second album? There was Follow the Leader. And then it was the album with the corn doll. What was it, dude? Let's go, Limp Bizkit. Let's go, dude. Limp Bizkit's dope, dude. Limp Bizkit is dope, dude. What was the? It was the corn doll. Follow the leader and something else. Dude, I forget. Rolling is a great song too. I'll keep rolling, dude. Dude, the first album. Oh my God, Limp Bizkit. It was that red disc, the red CD. I forget the name. I forget the title of it. Then Significant Others, or was it Significant Others that came out? Dude, I used to listen to Limp Bizkit and Korn all the time, bro. Such good bands, dude. Korn still rocks out, man. I still just downloaded one of their songs not that long ago. Korn still rocks out, man. Keep rolling. Even the rap version. There was a rock version, a rap version with like DMX, Redman, Method Man. I used to listen to that song like before a football game when I was like 6th grade, dude. Break stuff, dude. And I loved it. Korn did like a bunch of songs with Ice Cube, and they're sick, man. X gonna give it to you. What's up, Nightman? Wow, YouTube just censored me about China? Really? Yeah, man. YouTube's ran by like commies, dude. YouTube's ran by commies. Now I'm just a freak on a leash. Freak on a leash, dope, dude. Boom, nat, 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 nat. Dude, that music video was dope. That music video was dope back in the day. Hey, give me a second, boys. I'll be right back. I finally made it. Give me 2 minutes. All right, boys. China, we train at 100 to 1 odds. You're screwed. Another 5 million on active reserve. 5 million sitting at home waiting for a go. Squinty left. 5 million active. Just me left. Oh man. Just. Yep. All right, boys. I think that should be it for today. I think everyone's out. Everyone stopped in, said what's up. Time to close up shop. Time to close up shop. We got about. I'll take off and close it up. Anyone wants to stop in before the compound shut down for today? All right. All right. Watch out for the lady with the pink hair. Those people are. What's up, Dirty Money? How you doing, brother? Long time no see, man. Long time no see. How's it going? Semper Fi, Devil Dog. Semper Fi. With the Chinese army, they got it. The thing with the Chinese army, though, is how do they move that many people, right? You can have a lot of people on paper, but how do you move that many people into a combat zone or, I mean, anywhere outside the Chinese borders? Logistically, I don't think they can do it, you know? It kind of reminds me of Russia. Russia, they have a lot of people they can throw out the military, but they don't have the capability to move them. Like, the Ukraine war, I see they're on motorcycles, doom buggies, like they get weird vehicles from China now. Like, the logistics is incredibly difficult. And then the ammunition, I mean, that's just I think there's coming a time and place where the military is just too large. Then you got the weapon systems, the ammo. I mean, the food, like, there's no way China can ever feed, the Communist Party can ever feed their military. They can barely feed their people most of the time. With corruption, I don't know, man. They have like sardines. Yeah, I mean, I'm good, bro. How you? I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Like, I'm hanging out with my nephews a lot and working out with them. They're at that age where I'm like, they're 10 and 8, so they're getting to that age where they want to kind of be cool and good at things. They're trying to figure it out, but they're looking at me more and more like the cool uncle. I'm the cool uncle. I got tattoos. I was in the military. Yeah. So it's good, man. Now I always told my brother, once they get of a certain age, and they'll start wanting uncle around, and they want me around to hang out with them, or I work out with both of them and just train them and stuff, get them faster, stronger, bigger, faster, stronger. So they're starting to, because when you're 5 or 6, 7, you just kind of hang out with mom and dad a lot. But now cool uncle's coming back into town. China. So I like to hanging out with them a lot. It's fun, man. China did just kill its top general. That I saw that, dude. Yeah, I mean the only yeah, and he was a Xi Jinping supporter too. Like all those guys were loyal to Mr. Ping, and he still whacked them all. Um, I think there's like one guy left that's like in the top command that was there originally. I hope not. I think they're going to get rocked. Because let's be clear, nobody likes China. No one likes the Chinese. Yeah, I mean, if there's one country where we were like, yeah, we don't like Taiwan, ain't gonna put up with that shit, dude. The Philippines, Japan, like they're not gonna put up with China's bullshit. Vietnam, the Vietnamese hate the Chinese, dude. They hate the Chinese. Like I don't know. And that's why it's very interesting to talk about China. I don't know how much. I think they project a lot of power, but I don't think they really have a lot. I think they say and they want you to. The South would have all Nam if it weren't for China. Yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, China walked us down. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. They can put a lot of people. Like if there's a conflict on land, they're like Russia. They can force a lot of people to the front line. They can force a lot of people to the front line. Logistically, I think they're able to project power by the border. To project power outside their borders, that's so hard to do. Especially when you don't have that. People in communist China don't have that glory. Germany once had that glory, that Prussian, military-esque German might. We base a lot of our ideas on military prowess, and you got to have heart to fight in the German army, and so they don't. People in China don't have that. Even Vietnam, bro. You go to Vietnam, they're gonna be like, bro, we gave you guys an ass kicking. You Americans. They can come up with that will to fight mentality. Same for Korea, yeah. Same for Korea. Yeah, same for Korea, absolutely. Us in America, we're like, dude, we're a nation of rebellion and we don't take no crap from people. Shit, we don't even like each other most of the time, Shit, we all have best friends that we probably got in our, we still tend to do business with or something. Out there in other countries, man, like I don't think they. It's like Russia. Russia has this weird. Russia has a little oomph in their step, their military might, because they won, technically World War II. They fought all these battles against Germany and whatever, and they kind of could work up some stuff from Afghanistan and do a bunch of, But China, man, what is the military what are they gonna say to get their troops motivated to die for them, man? They're nothing. You're gonna do it because what do they say about Taiwan? Taiwan's like little brother. They should be in the 18-year-old kid, this rifle. Doesn't care about that. You know, he's not going to go and get motivated for because some land across the sea is theirs or something, or think they're theirs and whatever. Man, very hard to do. And the problem, Jason too, the problem is that they, for what, 50 years, they've had that one child policy. So imagine sending 5 million only children to die. Like the parents. Imagine not, you know, you're sending someone's child and they have a mom and dad and a grandma and grandpa. So you're sending, I mean, and the grandma and grandpa and the mom and dad rely on the child to help them, right? I mean, that's how they kind of live in Asian, especially like Japan and stuff. So you're gonna, like, the political nightmare scenario of killing off, let's just say, you know, Russia's amount of people, a million Chinese dudes. That's like 2 to 4 million parents and grandparents lost everything, man. You know, they lost everything. Their only child that was supposed to pass on their lineage is gone. So China's in a weird spot where I think the CCP is kind of bound by their stupidity, which we all knew was going to happen. The one, they took the second and third child. Well, that too. I'm sure there's a bunch of see, yeah, if you have a second or third child, then like you're technically out of the system. Like, you're a non-citizen there. You know, you're not even an immigrant or a foreigner. You can, like, you're never part of the social credit score system. You're none of that. They're like, I mean, outcasts. If they didn't catch you when you were young and kill you, dude, they would drive around like deportation or abortion vans and shit. Wild stuff, man. All orphan. Dude, I agree with you. I think China's army is mostly orphans. The ones that are one child policy people are at the top, you know, right? And the orphans are at the bottom, you know. Yeah. Orphans, or if I was a military command, I would just, dude, you could snatch up so many people and send them to die at the front lines. They would even know. It's so orphans, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I mean, dude, there's drug addicts they probably throw into the mix, dude. Oh, dude. They can empty out their jail cells before like any other, like, their good warriors go to combat. They could throw like 2 million no ghosts at us, you know, from the asylums to jails to just the drug addicts on the streets. They would pick those asses up and throw them in the front lines. No problem. Then you'd probably get like the very wealthy paying really poor people to take their place. And oh yeah, you could see, I mean, oh my God. It would be a disaster, dude. You could see crazy shit like that happening, that's for sure. I can agree, yeah, I agree with you 100% on that, man. Orphans, drug addicts, homeless, bums, unwanted people. Because you need people just to kind of hold the line and die where you stand, which is, I mean, just a crazy way to fight a war. Imagine thinking about fighting a war, and the only thing you think about is, I need more people to stop them from moving forward, but I just need a lot more people to like get in the way and die. Not to like win the war, just to like stop the push. Or put so many people in front of the enemy that will force them forward and out. Like, you cannot produce ammo and weaponry fast enough. That's a fucking insane way of thinking how to win a war, dude. Like the way we fight wars, it's okay, there's the enemy, we're gonna blow up all their shit, and then we're gonna send a bunch of 18-year-olds that want to be there, that are motivated, that are extremely in shape, fucking just can piss off gasoline and run around, and they're gonna move and scoot around these guys so quick, so fast, because not only are they really good at what they do and have been doing it for years, but they want to go home. And they know if they do this right and do it safe and sound, they get to go home. I mean, that's motivation. That's motivation. That's how we fight wars. And you don't have to kill nobody. No one says you got to, like, go save. You just do your job. And I mean, that's huge, man. That's how you, it's like, imagine if we all know how to play football. Imagine if you were the 2009 Saints, where not only are you really, like, imagine the 2009 Saints when they won the Super Bowl, but there was that bounty gate. Imagine if those Saints with Drew Brees were awful and they were still putting bounties on other teams' heads. Like, you can pay them all you want. The team sucks dick. Like, they're not good at football. But, you know, we know hindsight that the Saints were really good and they're putting down. That's like us. You know, we're so good at playing sports and war that we, you know, we'd kind of do funny stuff just to motivate the troops more. You know, yeah, that's how I always think about it, kind of like a sport. It's all about the sports, man. Did we hit our own embassy to test? Dude, and that too. Remember that, bro? Remember that? Remember that? Was that in Cuba, right? So, Jason, check this out, brother. Check this out. I remember that. And I thought that story was such... I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. I believed it in a sense where it's like... Those guys in the embassy had, like, bleeding ear, like, weird shit. And people kind of assumed it was the Cuban government, which we all know those fuckers can't feed their people. How are they going to invent a sonic boom weapon, you know? And then, what was that? That was like 10 years ago, bro. Tell me that wasn't a long time ago. And then all of a sudden, we hear it again in the news that we used it against Venezuela. Dude, that's the UFO sightings. That's what I think the UFO... Dude, those are the UFO sightings. I'm telling you, Jason, if me and you were you know, in the Marine Corps, which we can imagine very easily and clearly, and we're at a desk in a shitty office, you know, that smells like the Marine Corps smell, and we had a cool new drone / the blurry things that the pilots are seeing. And it's like, dude, well, we got to test this thing, man. We've been flying this thing in the desert, Jay. We got to test this, man. We got to test this. Who are we going to test it on? I think me and you would easily come up with agreement. The smartest people we got to get, and they can't know about it, but we got to test it against the smartest people we can find. And I believe that those are Americans. Americans are hard to fool because they're so into their own world, they don't really care. They might see something, but they'll keep moving. I'll keep moving. I'll see an alien down the road and be like, oh, fuck, like, I got to go to work, or I got to go train my nephew or whatever. So if me and you were in the room, I'd say fly it over New Jersey like they did, fly it over San Diego like they've been doing. Dude, I saw a light above my house. Guys, like when all those lights, I swear to God, dude, the light stood there and it didn't move. And then like a week later, the light would be in another spot. It wasn't a fucking star. It wasn't the moon. It was a light. I like, who are you going to test? You test it on Americans. Those are our weapons anyways. Let them know, let them see it. And this way, we can get a good idea of what our enemy will see. Because the Americans will try to fucking hunt those things down, right? Either American will take good pictures of it with $1,000 cameras, video record it, they'll post it online. It'll be a thing, but they'll never know what it is. So I think that embassy was the same thing as the UFOs, the same thing as, it's all us, dude. We tested on each other because that's how you test things, you know. Of course they tested on Americans. Fly it over Los Angeles in between two big 747s, brother. Let's fucking go. Let's try to be as safe as possible, but we have to see if these things are noticeable. And I don't think militarily wise that me and Jay we want to use the UFO drones for a combat mission. We can't put our boys in jeopardy without it being tested in the public. We have to see if people can fuck with it in the public. If it works in public, it'll work during a mission. You know, we're all in this together, you know. The military will use the citizens just like the citizens will use the military. We use the government just as the government. We all lean on each other to prop us up. And if I have to send a weird-looking gobble of goo that everyone thinks is an alien UFO over New Jersey and have it float over Trump's house and like the mayor's office, like we're gonna do something weird, right? And no one's the wiser. No one really cares until they hear about it. They'll hear about these things that people have been seeing over the years in our military. We'll see one day on a aircraft carrier out in the middle of the Indian Ocean or something one day. And everyone 20 years from now will be like, oh, fuck, I knew that was us, you know? I knew there was no aliens, it was all us. That's what I think, man. I don't think there are no aliens, maybe. Work like a charm, yeah, man. Who was president then? Trump or it was Biden? At least we're talking about, did we hit our own embassy? Was it Obama? Was it Obama? I don't think it was Obama. We were like war with Obama. That would have been a big no-no under Obama. It might have been Trump. It might have been Trump, under Trump, his first term. It might have been Trump. And what you can do, and this is what I think too, it's like, you know, as a society, you want your society to be smart, right? To know what's happening. How do you explain to you? So if say Trump or Obama was president, and how do you explain to your society that we created something so crazy that pilots will get confused? You really can't. And you want your society to be smart, right? So if we have technology that's very hard to explain, how about I just show you it real quick, and on a mass scale, and this way, like, IQs of people will start, interest will start going up. You know, on 400 million people in the United States will just see, like, you know, it's like, you know, you see something and you're like, oh wait, what was that? You know, and now you're curious. I want my society to be curious and smart. I don't want to scaring Americans. I don't think you know, Americans ain't scared of shit. Like, I just want them to elevate their intelligence. So show them something wild briefly and have them ponder it forever, and they can think about all these crazy theories, do this, do that, might bring a new theory into life. You get more people thinking about space. You know, it's just like a teaching moment. You know, I think, dude, I think we have built some wild stuff in the US of A, man. I think we're just getting started. I think we're just getting started. Just getting started, man. Morning. Hey, what's up, Robert? December 5, brother. What's going down? What's going down? Easy blame China. Hasn't been 10 with Trump as to Obama. Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I forget who it was under, man. Yeah, the embassy in Cuba. I remember that. That was like a big deal. Like our embassy guys in Cuba got hit, and they were going deaf. They're like, yeah, I remember that, man. I thought that was. At first, I thought it was, I believe that's like that weapon. I believe is an easy thing to make. Like something to. It's like a big speaker that like a dog whistle. I think that's what they call it. Like dogs hate that whistle that you can't hear. We can't hear, but they can. Oh man, I mean, what I saw in Iraq and just the little boomerangs, the sound microphones that they had on our truck, the range finders, the night vision, to the thermals, to the infrared lights. So we called them IRL lights, infrared lights, something like that. Where if you wore night vision, you're the only one that to see the light. So we had a big flashlight like attached to my 50 cal, like a big like how cops have on their windshields, a big light, and it was like a flashlight for a rifle, but for a 50 cal. And every time you grabbed the pistol grip, I had the triggers, those little soft triggers, a light would turn on. You can't see it. You can only see it if you had your NVGs, your night vision goggles on. So, and it was wild, and you can see better in the dark. I mean, that was a technology I didn't even know we had. Like, I didn't know we had that. And then I started seeing in movies. We called it the PEC 2. It's a little square box that sits on top of your rifle on the pistol grip, but on top of it by your iron sights. And it's a laser, and it's a green laser, and you can see it during the day, you can see it at night, but you also turn the IRL switch on, put your night vision goggles, and I can see the laser, but no one else can, or unless you have night vision goggles. I mean, and that was a long time. That was 20 years ago, which we probably have had that technology for quite some time before I got it. It probably was perfected when I got it, but I'm sure, over 10 years before I even was alive, they were working to do that. Now, just imagine, man. I mean, we have stealth bombers that we show off, Imagine the stuff we don't show off. Starlight scopes, yeah. I didn't know that. That's a good name. I've never heard that name for them. Starlight scopes. Yeah. I never heard that. I don't know what we called them. I don't know. Oh, fuck. If I was using that damn starlight scope at night with NVGs, I was cold as dick. Like I wasn't even thinking straight. My brain was ice cold. I think we're on a 40-year tech curve. Shit that comes out tomorrow we've had for 50 years. I'm with you on that too, Robert. I'm pretty much, and it's not so much like someone's holding it back. I think one, it has to be profitable, it has to be usable, it has to be safe, it has to be friendly, it has to be kid friendly. And it can't be expensive to make. That I think that I'm sure, dude, we have the coolest shit, but it's so damn expensive to make. It's not like we can't mass produce it, or if we do mass produce it, it's just going to be too expensive, And there's probably something just as good, or we just don't need that yet, But 50 years, yeah, we military are all test subjects. Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah. take flat screen tests first. The military used it, produces it, then it becomes affordable for people. Yeah, well, even dude, your GPS, dude, the iPhone GPS, man, in 2007. I think the iPhone came out in 2008 or 2009, the first one. But GPS wasn't really a thing. I was driving in high school in 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. So we still had maps or the big book maps, or we finally got the internet with MapQuest. But we didn't have a GPS. And then I got to Iraq, and then I saw the Blue Force Tracker. And the Blue Force Tracker is just a GPS touchscreen. It's touchscreen GPS, and you can talk to every vehicle. And it was blue, just like the map on your iPhone, blue. And I was like, holy shit, dude, like, I know where I'm going in Iraq. I can see the road on the screen. You put me in California in downtown LA, forget about it, dude. I'm fucking lost, dude. I'll go down the wrong neighborhoods and get, yeah, not good. 30,000 for a bolt? Yeah, 30,000. What is it, $1 million for a toilet? If necessary is the mother of invention. War is the mother of necessity. Well, mother of necessity. Mother of, yeah, I get that. I agree with that. That makes sense. Well, like, because we built the atomic bomb, that's how we got, like, x-rays and stuff. I mean, imagine life-saving medication. You got to have the best equipment in war, during World War II, Imagine the medical achievements. I get, dude. I after what, like, some veterans, after what we, like, if you heard someone talk about, like, being in the Navy, like the boats that we have, just take a bunch of us, add 20 more years to it. And I could imagine the technology we have, especially now that we hear that it's true, man. Like the sonic boom weapon, every conspiracy theory is correct. Basically, that's what I'm going for. Whether it's a half truth conspiracy, like I think the moon's kind of half and half. I think we got there, boys, but I think the way they told the story is wrong. Or they made it into a good story, right? Where a 4-year-old kid in school can learn about the moon landing. This is what happened, this is what happened, this is what. Do I think it happened in that order? No, I don't. I don't think they got to the moon and called the president and said, hey, I think that conversation was done before or after. And they just remade it up, so they could tell a good Chinese story, huh? Alexa, where the F is Butters? I was like, no, is it Buffering? What's up, Mama? I'm about to go pick her up and take her to the doggy park. I think. I'm almost positive. Going back to the moon, but not landing soon. First, I heard at the least, thanks Metal Gear. Oh, Metal Gear Solid, dude. Snake, dude. I beat 2 of those games back in the day. This is Metal Gear Solid, like for the PlayStation 2. And then I got real balls deep into video games again, I think with PlayStation 3, and I beat the other one. I forget which ones. The PlayStation 2, it's the one everyone knows. I can almost do like the ending where he dies and he makes the weird noise at the end. And I remember oh no, that was Resident Evil. I beat the Resident Evil on PS3. Solid, yeah. Metal Gear Solid Snake, dude. I used to love that game. You hide in the lockers and stuff. And there's that ninja guy, Ninja Snake or something. This will prove it'll actually land, sending 4 on the round trip to the moon. Dude, they need to go round trip around the moon. They need to video record it. You need to broadcast this wide all over again to all the students, even me, dude. People were telling, like, I read that shit. We went to the moon. We went where? And then as I get older, I'm like, dude, there's no way. Look at the, like, I lose service talking to you guys on a internet connection, on a phone that's more powerful than the fucking space shuttle, and we lose service, but some dipshits in 1969 could go to space and talk to the president perfectly. And the video's beautiful. Like, in 1996, I have my dad would go out and video record me playing football. Yeah. I can get those cameras, I can get those tapes, VHS tapes, buy the adapter, I can put them in, we can watch them. Shitty film, it's so gross, you can barely see, it's all pixelated. Why are the moon landing recordings perfect? What camera were they using? It's perfect. It's sure maybe a little blurry, I mean, it doesn't even go out of focus. Like those cameras back in the day, they would go out of focus, and you'd have to have the forward and backwards buttons, right? And you'd have to like, or like, you're at a school play and your dad records you for Christmas play at your local public school. And it gets in the light, you can see the lights kind of blur you out. Perfect. And the moon landing was perfect. It was a perfect sequence of events. And there's no way. There's no way, man. I don't know. See what a piece of plastic does. Yeah. A piece of plastic flying at 270,000 miles an hour. Yeah. Dude, like the hinges would rip off. It would. Like, look at it now, man. Look at what Elon Musk has to build just to launch out of the inner atmosphere, not even outer space. They can't even get to out. They just hit the bubble around Earth. And look at what he had to build, dude. I mean, just the map. And these guys did it in 1969. Like, how far backwards are we? I don't know, man. Like, we got to get up there now, because I know we went there. I'm almost positive. That's almost one of them. It's impossible to lie about. Very hard. I mean, easy, I guess, but I'm almost positive you can see the landing spots from a telescope on Earth and the flags. But man, imagine the imagine the clankers. How much clanking that space shuttle. Imagine a 1969 Mustang. Like, was there any power steering? Like, the tires weren't great. Big, loud, heavy metal doors. The gas tank was like in the back, so if you got rear-ended, gas would go everywhere. Yeah, don't think so. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, stratosphere. Like Elon Musk just goes to the stratosphere, dude. Like that fucking. I don't know, man. You guys got to watch. He's a good YouTuber, man, about Egypt. Ben, he's seen him, but he's cool, man. Uncharted X. He lives out here in California, I think in like Temecula. I think he's Australian too. So those are the immigrants we want in this country. Good Australian boys. I like to rebel against the known world, you know. Yeah, Egypt did not build no pyramids, bro. For sure, doggy dog. For sure. There's no way. There's no way. You can't. I can't. I'm a strong dude, I think. You know, I like to consider myself a strong young man that can move and groove. And you put a 100-pound rock in front of me, I'm fucking never picking that up. That 100 pounds? No way. Dude, you put a 50-pound rock in front of me? Not happening, devils. Not happening. Rather have a pygmy girlfriend as a friend. At least I know they want to. All right, devil dogs. We made it. We made it. What's tomorrow? Thursday? All right, boys, I'm out of here, man. Jason, Simplify, brother, thanks for hanging out with me and keeping me company on this beautiful drive. On this beautiful drive to Never Never Land. I'll see you boys next Wednesday. I'll be on earlier and earlier. I got things to do in the morning now, so my fun time has ended. Back to the grind, boys. Back to the grind. But I'll see you, boys. Remember, you fight wars with your hands, helmets not a chair. And like Bobo says, stay American, boys. Simplify.